Today on Karamo, it's a young teenager having major issues
I pins her down to the floor because I try to knock her head out.
with her grandmother.
Ask her a question and she'll, Grandmama!
Can this overwhelm grandmother? Because you recently threw hot sauce at Patrice.
Always throwing something at me.
I don't like you.
Take the steps needed for her family to come back together. You said, I wish my grandma could die. Plus,
I tricked him, and he confessed and told on himself.
he swears he stopped cheating.
If you're accused of it so many times, eventually you may go do it again.
Oh, my goodness. Are you threatening me?
We're just minutes away from unlocking this man's phone. 2 porn accounts that you have been logging into. Hey friends, my guest Patrice is 17 years old and loves living with her grandma Patricia. Grandma Patricia sees things differently. She says Patrice was spoiled rotten and now she's acting out of control. Patrice now feels invisible in her grandma's home because Grandma Patricia admits she can't worry about Patrice anymore. Everyone, please welcome Patrice to the show so we can hear her side of the story. Can I get a hug?
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
You too.
Aren't you beautiful?
Thank you.
Yes, you are. Okay, Patrice. So I'm sorry to hear that you feel invisible in your own home. Tell me about that.
Well, it all started when I was 13, 14 years old. I started hanging with other kids. I used to want to go out all the time, go to parties and everything. So my grandma doesn't like that. So she feel like my attitude, my ways, and everything have changed since I've been hanging around different people.
But why does that make you feel like you're invisible?
Because every time I try to talk to her, she just ignores me. She walks away or she don't want to hear anything that I have to say.
How long have you lived with your grandma?
Since I was 2, basically my whole life.
Okay.
Because I couldn't live with my parents. She always used to put men over her kids, so it's just like...
Your mom did. Your mom used to put men over you? Here you go. I'm sorry, love. It was hard growing up. Yeah, I understand. Do you have a relationship with your parents now?
Well, my mom had a brain aneurysm. Before she had that, it was like she really put men and women before us, so I never really had a bond with my mom. And then my dad, we don't talk at all.
Okay.
We have no relationship.
So your mother has a brain aneurysm. Where does she live?
With my grandmother.
Okay, so she's in the house with you? Okay. What do you and your grandma argue about the most?
We argue about just everything.
Every little thing?
Yes.
So we spoke to your grandma about the situation. I want to see what she had to say, okay?
I've taken care of 7 of my grandbabies. My 17-year-old grandbaby, Patrice, is out of control. One of my neighbors called me at 2 o'clock in the morning and told me to come pick up my grandbaby, Patrice. She's in the park babysitting herself. I said, well, where is her mother? She's at the club. So I went and picked the baby up at the age of 2, and she's been with me since. The problem is I spoiled Patrice, and I bought her everything she's ever wanted, and she's never gotten a spanking. Patrice and I used to be very close, but now it seems like we hate each other. When Patrice turned 14 years old, she took a turn for the worse. She started hanging out with boys and took a picture of herself with guns. Now she's walking around punching holes in my walls and telling me she hates me every time I talk to her. I got a call the other day that Patrice missed 23 days out of school. I had no idea that was happening. She has 10 personalities, and I have to ask her, which one are you gonna be today? Karamo, I need your help so Patrice and I can get back on track the way we used to be years ago.
What were you feeling watching that?
I feel like I have a lot going on. She don't understand. She don't seem to get me at all. I have a lot going on. She puts a lot on me. I have to help with my uncle. I have to help with my mom, and I have to help with her. And it's just like I don't get the chance to be a teenager like I want to be.
What chores do you have to do around the house?
I have to help my mom. I have to make sure they take their medicine. My mom, my uncle, sometimes her leg gets swollen up, so I have to help her too. And it's just like, I have chores that I have to do. I just don't do them. Because like, I feel like I'm already doing enough as it is.
So you said you have to take care of your mom. Because of the brain aneurysm, you have to take care of her some of the time?
Yes.
Because she's not able to take care of herself.
Right.
So what other responsibilities do you miss out on?
As in, like, I feel like since I'm only 17, I just want to go out and hang with my friends. I just want to go to malls, go to parties, and just, like, being a teenager, I feel like I have to be home so much and make sure my uncle and my mother is tended to, because you can't leave them alone by themselves.
Have you tried to communicate this with your grandma?
She doesn't listen. She just feel like I just want my way all the time, and it's not that. I just want to go out sometimes. I don't want to be in the house all the time.
Is grandma always tough with you?
She's very tough.
Very tough with you. Well, my producers are telling me right now that there was a point where you told them at one point you said, I wish my grandma could die.
Oh, yes. I pinned her down to the floor because I tried to knock her head off.
Can this overwhelm grandmother? Because you recently threw hot sauce at Patrice.
Always throwing something at me.
Take the steps needed for her family to come back together.
I don't like you.
I start hanging out with different people, go to parties and everything. So my grandma doesn't like that.
Patrice and I used to be very close, but now it seems like we hate each other.
You said, I wish my grandma could die.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
What was so bad that happened that you wanted this woman to die?
It's just the stuff she be saying. Like, she says some hurtful stuff. She said she hate me too.
Well, it's time to meet your grandma, Patricia. Please, everyone, please welcome Patricia to the show. Patricia, how are you doing? Have a hug?
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. So I just heard what your granddaughter had to say. Why, you say that it feels like you all hate each other.
Yes.
Why?
It's not like it used to be, because when I ask her to do things, she'll just get this attitude, snap off, throw things, walk out the door, go to her friend's house, don't answer her phone.
So tell me about the when you think things took a turn in your relationship.
I think around about when she was 14 years old, she met some new friends, wanted to start hanging out, smoking weed, and going to parties, and I think she's been slipping and drinking a little bit too.
Have you been?
Yes.
You have been.
And I didn't like it and didn't want her to do it, so, you know.
So how did you react seeing the Facebook post that you told us about?
I was hurt. She admitted that they was playing. It's not a joke to me. People get killed by things like that.
Because you were holding on to guns?
Yeah. It was just for fun. It was just for fun. We were just having fun. We were just playing.
That's no way to play.
Like
There's no way to
normal
play.
teenagers
There's
do
no
that.
way to play. No, not acceptable.
So why is it so hard for you to talk to the police?
She don't listen. When I start saying something, I don't want to hear that and
No,
storm
she don't
out.
give me the chance to talk. You
I
talk
try
over me
to.
all the time.
I try to listen at you. This is what I get right here.
No.
So do the arguments between you two ever get physical?
Oh yeah, oh yeah, real physical.
Physical in what way?
When she tried to look like she's about to hit me, oh yeah, I got her. You hit me and you're gonna be down there. Grandma is not gonna play that.
Do you get physical back?
No.
She can't.
I never hit her. I never hit her. Every time I put my hand
I
up.
pins her down to the floor.
No, I put my hand up and she
And I
swear
jump
I
on
hit
top
her.
of her.
I never hit her back.
And I try, I'm telling you, I do get physical. Because I try to knock her head off. You know.
She says she never gets physical back.
She can't, because I have her held down sometimes.
So
I get mad, I do punch the walls. I do punch the walls. Because I don't want to hear her. I'm not going to hear her. That's my grandma. I'm not going to hear her. So I do punch the walls.
So you get mad when that happens and you take your anger out on
The walls.
the wall. How does that make you feel when she takes the anger out on the wall?
I get mad because I got to pay for it. And I try to make her work for it.
Okay.
You know, do
How do you make
things.
her work for it?
I make her do things around the house, help me out with her mom, and help me out with her uncle. I do.
Okay. So you told my producers you recently threw hot sauce at Patrice. Explain it.
Oh yeah, that mouthpiece. She was talking so smart and nasty to me. until I wanted to swing over and hit her with my fist, but I had a hot sauce ball in my hand. And I just threw that at her.
Okay. And how'd that make you feel when you saw that coming towards you?
I'm used to it. She always throwing something at me. That's why I don't talk to her, because she's always hitting me. We can't never talk without a fight.
Why do I always throw something at you?
Because you don't listen. When I'm talking to you, you get mad at the things that I say, so you want to hit me. I understand. I act just like my cousin.
So your cousin's in the audience today. Is this the cousin you're talking about? Okay. Your name is Takisha, right?
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
So you hear what's going on right now. What are your thoughts?
I'm the oldest of the 7. I know my grandma can be very difficult to deal with. I lived with her during my rebellious time.
Grandma's not gonna take no disrespect from none of her grandbabies, none. And I
feel
raised
like
7.
she's never wanted to hear anything that any of us had to say. Like, it's always my way or you can go. So it's always been kind of like hard, but me being the oldest, I got the whoopings, I got the discipline, I got way more strict grandmother than Patrice. And so I rebelled a lot. So
yes, you did.
a lot of things that Patrice do is
I whooped her.
compared to my behavior.
With my fist.
Why did you rebel?
I had similar things going on as to Patrice. My mom didn't know how to be a mom. So everything that I learned from my grandmother. If she didn't know how to parent, she would say, well, call your grandmother. Call your grandmother. Go to your grandmother. Like, so whenever I would feel like, when nobody cares about me, I would take it out on my grandmother. And I feel like there's a lot what me and Patrice have in common. We have a lot of built up anger, but it's not a lot towards our grandmother. It's just...
Y'all angry.
We're angry, and she's the closest person to us. And so she's the person that we tend to take it out on.
So what are Patricia's responsibilities?
She don't have any responsibilities.
No?
I don't just make her do
I
anything.
have responsibilities.
I ask her to do some things.
No,
I don't ask her to do things
I have
like that.
responsibilities.
What is your responsibility?
That's my mama, so I feel like
She don't
I
even
am
wash
obligated
dishes.
to help my mama. Like, that's my mama. My mama wasn't there for me. I'm going to be there for her. That just, I don't care what she is. That's my mama. So I'm going to be there for my mama.
Do you wash dishes? Do you clean the house?
I'm not finna do all that. If I'm taking care of if I'm helping you take care of my mama and my uncle, I'm not doing that.
No, that's not true. She barely helps take care of her mama.
So why did you skip school for 23 days?
I always skip school.
You always skip school. Why?
I don't ever get to go nowhere.
And that's the thing, skipping school. I asked her to do one thing for me. Please go to school and get your education. You can't get a good job when you're dropping out. Getting a GED, it make it seem like you're lazy. To me, that's how I feel. I want that high school diploma. I want her to be somebody.
Are you a senior right now? Are you going to be able to graduate?
Ask her a question and she'll, Grandmama!
Can this overwhelm grandmother before you throw the next hot sauce bottle? Take the steps needed for her family to come back together.
I don't like you.
Because you recently threw hot sauce at Patrice.
I wanted to swing over and hit her with my fist, but I had a hot sauce ball in my hand.
I don't want to hit her. I'm not hit her. I do punch the wall.
I know my grandma can be very difficult.
Y'all angry.
We're angry, and she's the closest person to us.
So why did you skip school for 23 days?
I don't ever get to go nowhere.
Are you going to be able to graduate? What's your grades like?
They're good. I got A's, B's, and C's. I do my work online. I don't go to school, but I do my work.
Okay. So you finished your work. I got to tell you, even me, when my kids started doing that whole online school thing, I was like, I had a more traditional way of school that I looked at it a lot different. And so for me, I understand you got to get your education, but she's saying that she's about to graduate and that her grades are good. So have you been accepted to colleges yet?
Yes.
You've been accepted?
To 3.
You've been accepted to 3 colleges? Good job. Good job.
Well,
You
see, I
better
haven't
work.
seen that. I haven't seen that.
No,
You haven't seen it?
I told her.
She told me, but I never seen the actual.
How do you
Sure.
feel? Know that she got into 3
I
universities.
feel good. I'm proud of her. I'm proud. I love her. I want her to do good. That's
Yeah.
all I ask.
Yeah. I want to know, are you disrespectful sometimes?
I am. I can admit I am.
Very, sometimes, a lot of
A
times.
lot of
I
times.
am.
How are you disrespectful?
Like, my mouth. My mouth is very smart. I have
So
very
what she
smart
said
mouth.
about your mouth is
Yeah,
right.
I know I have a smart mouth.
Okay.
I do. I'm trying to work on it. I'm trying, but it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard.
I can ask her a question and she'll, grandmama, dog. She'll get that attitude.
Mm-hmm.
This what I see the back.
How long you have that attitude for?
Like 3 days.
You'll keep an attitude for 3 days?
I keep an attitude for some time.
Is your grandmother ever vulnerable with y'all?
No.
Never? You ever show your vulnerability?
Maybe, I don't
No.
Only reason I say that is because I'm sitting here and I'm watching you. You have a tear, and every time your tear comes, you still just rock it through and you wipe it away. And it's like you don't want her to see what you're going through. She's over here crying, showing her emotion, and you ain't showed it once.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
Ooh, I'm trying to be strong up here.
You got a lot on your shoulders.
Yeah, 74-year-old brother, 43-year-old daughter, 17-year-old granddaughter.
That you're taking care of.
I'm taking care of.
And it's all on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You don't have to wipe them away. You can let the tears come. I think it's good for your granddaughters to see that you're vulnerable.
Thank you.
You ever see your grandmother be vulnerable like that? Look at your grandma. Because I know she's strong, and I know she's been the one that, like you just said, your own words. She's the closest to us, so we take it all out on her. But it's not fair to her that she gets the brunt of it when she's just the one trying to hold it all up. Come down here as well. Come down here. Come on, take a seat for me. Because what you're crying as well? You never seen your grandmother be vulnerable like this? Talk to your granddaughters. Tell them. Before you throw the next hot sauce bottle, put it down and say, baby, come here, give me a hug. Is there any way this relationship can be healed?
I love my girl. I love her to death, but it's just,
Find out next.
You are the five. Get off my stage.
I know I have a smart mouth.
Grandmama. This what I see the back.
Like, she says some hurtful stuff. She always says she hates me.
You don't have to wipe them away. You can let the tears come.
Thank you.
I think sometimes people think that just because you got it all and you're strong and you got to be the tough one, that they don't realize how hard this is for you.
Very hard. You know I love all of you. I try to do the best I can to share my love with all of you. I want nothing but the best. If I leave this earth, I can say I did a good job.
Yeah,
I can't say that.
yeah. But it's been hard.
It's been hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because anytime something happens, everyone always say, go to your grandma. I heard you say it. Everybody just say, go to your grandma. And instead of you being able to say no or have the choice to say no, you got to take everything off.
Yeah.
What are you thinking about right now with your grandma saying that?
I love my girl. I do. I love her to death, but it's just some things I just want to be able to do. But I understand that she don't accept a lot of stuff.
Before I give your grandmother the piece of advice that I got for you, I think it'd be important that with you being so smart and acknowledging that you got a mouth and you say some things, that you give her an apology.
Grandma, I'm sorry. I really apologize for everything I did. I really don't mean it. I really do.
Thank you, I accept it, and I love you.
Thank you for doing that. It just only shows that young woman that is graduating, got accepted to colleges. I see her. I see it. I see it. And you did a damn good job. Because I celebrate you for making that and doing that on your own, but there's a large piece of you in that as well. There's a large piece of you in that as well.
Yeah.
But I will say this, the vulnerability you showed here that had both of your granddaughters crying is because they don't ever see this. And with your toughness and your strength, that's where they get it from. But I know that those moments when you're at your wit's end, I think if you showed her more vulnerability, I think it could allow the communication to be better. You're nodding your head right now. What are you thinking?
I just wish I could say the things that Patrice is saying to my grandmother a long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah. They just want emotion from you. And I think sometimes when we have so much on our plate, we think emotion equals weakness, and emotion doesn't equal weakness. Your emotion makes you even stronger in their eyes. It makes you even stronger. And so your granddaughters love you. You did a great job. You are doing it. You are doing it. And you deserve your flowers. You deserve to be loved. But in those moments now when you get at your wit's end, which we all understand why, I encourage you to just commit to saying, let me be a little bit more vulnerable instead with them. Before you throw the next hot sauce bottle, put it down and say, baby, come here, give me a hug.
I tried it.
Seriously. Give your grandma a little grace. She's trying to do as best she can to keep you right on the path, but you're just like, I'm doing it, but I'm tired. I'm tired. I want to be a kid. But you've been dealing with trauma forever. You've been dealing with trauma forever. And it's not from you. It's from, the trauma you felt like with your father and your mother. And also, there's something else that's at play here, which I understand this, and I just want to make sure we talk about it just briefly. The psychology behind not feeling like my mother was there for me and now I got to take care of her. Yes, it feels like the biggest chore to you. And that's why you get exhausted when she says, wash a dish. You're like, I done did my work. But on the flip side, if she showed you more vulnerability, I think that would allow you to be like, you know what, I'm exhausted too, but damn, I realize grandma's even more exhausted. Can you realize that a little bit now?
Yeah.
That even though you might be like, I don't want to do it, that just even one little dish, how it could take a load off of somebody who's been taking care of so many people. I'm just trying to help y'all to see each other's perspective. Y'all have a beautiful family.
Thank you.
Y'all hold on tight to each other, okay? And just be more vulnerable, all right? All right. Stay with us. We will be right back with more.
I tricked him, and he confessed and told on himself.
He swears he stopped cheating.
If you're accused of it so many times, eventually you may go do it again.
Oh, my goodness. Are you threatening me?
We're just minutes away from unlocking this man's phone. 2 porn accounts that you have been logging into. Stay tuned. No one does nosy better than me. Photos. We found 378 photos.
He good at what he do, because I don't know how he fell there.
These are years of snooping, okay? I know you nosy too. Head over to Nosy where you can watch full episodes of The Karamo Show and be nosy with me. My question is, how do you recover after catching your partner cheating? Is the trust lost forever? Well, my next guest, Amanda, has been with her boyfriend, Derek, for 16 years. And a year ago, he confessed to cheating 4 times with the same woman. He swears he's no longer cheating, but Amanda wants proof. So today, we're exposing the truth, and I'm unlocking his phone. Everyone, let's welcome Amanda to the show. Hi, Amanda. How you doing? Can I have a hug? Nice to meet you.
Nice to
You look very pretty.
Thank you.
So about a year ago, Derek admitted to cheating. At the time, were you shocked?
No, I kind of suspected.
Okay.
Where he was working, I knew that this girl was staying there. And so I went out there and found her there, and she told me that something happened. Yeah, and
She just told you straight to your face.
she didn't.
Oh, she didn't?
I tricked him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I tricked him. And he confessed and told on himself. He was like, yeah, actually, we did 4 times over less than a year. And I was supposed to be friends with her, but...
So this was one of your friends, somebody you actually personally knew. Wow.
I just lost my grandmother and my mom.
Yeah.
My mom was in a 7-time rollover accident. And
So sorry.
And I was like, I've lost all my family. And I asked him, I went to him and I said, can you please just give me a little bit more of your time? And then he went and cheated on me. But he's a good guy. Like, my grandmother loved him when she was alive. My whole family loved him.
Yeah.
And I love him. I want to make it work.
Yeah. 16 years is a long time.
It is.
He cheated, he admitted it, but you're still trying to catch him with other things. Why?
Yeah, because I don't trust him, unfortunately.
Yeah. Is he still doing things to make you think that he's still cheating?
Well, I caught an audio on one of the apps I put on his phone, and that's very questionable.
Okay. What did you find on the recordings?
What I suspect is him having sex with another girl.
We have those audios right now, and I would love to hear the first one. Okay, we have another one. Let's take a listen.
I'm stopping and getting gas right now.
He's cocky. He's not alone. He just never sounds like that when he's alone.
Oh, okay, hold on.
And-
Amanda, tell me what do you think you're hearing? Because
Well-
before I tell you what I think I heard.
On the one about getting gas, you're not going to hear a lot of it, but like in the beginning, he's cocky, and then you can hear his vehicle come to, like he's in it and moving, and he stops. You can hear the door slightly open and then close, and then the vehicle takes off again. So he's picked somebody up.
Who was he on the phone with? The second one.
Oh, me.
He's on the phone with
me.
you.
Yeah.
And so that's why you keep calling him cocky, because you think that
He was being
with somebody on the phone with you.
Yeah.
And now that first one, what do you think you heard?
The first one, I can clearly hear, I love you, and then in very muffled, I love you too.
Can I hear that first one again? Because I didn't hear all that.
You hear me? And then, don't cry.
I gotta tell you, I did not hear any of that. At best, I heard someone snoring. Like, what did y'all hear? Did y'all hear?
Well, I heard it. I heard it.
You've catfished him on Facebook before.
Yes.
What did you do? Like I said, she's not for the games, all right? I just told you that from the beginning. All right, what did you do on Catfish?
I set up a fake account as some other girl, and I was just talking to him about his dog and his picture, and then it went into sexual talk. And I was like, I work at the gas station. If you want, you can come on down and we'll hang a sign on the door and we can go to the bathroom. And I walked into the store, literally he was calling her.
So, wow, okay. So, you feel like you've heard it from these audios. You tricked him into getting him admitted. You catfished him on Facebook. Listen, I understand the 16 years, but I don't understand why you're staying then.
He's a good man. I think that a lot of...
You hear the confusion, right? You heard the confusion. You heard the confusion.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, when my grandfather was dying, a veteran, and he wasn't well, this man literally right beside me, helping me care for my family. He's always been there caring. It's just...
But there's one thing to care for your family, and there's another thing to care for you. You're the one in the 16-year relationship.
Right.
All right, everyone, I think it's time to talk to Derek. Please welcome Derek to the show so we can get his side of the story. Hey, Derek, thanks for being here, man.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So how do you feel about what Amanda had to say?
If you're accused of it so many times, eventually you may go do it again.
Oh, goodness. Are you threatening me?
We're just minutes away from unlocking this man's phone. 2 porn accounts that you have been logging into. Stay tuned.
You are the fire.
Get off my stage!
Derek admitted to cheating.
I tricked him. He was like, we did 4 times. I caught an audio on one of the apps I put on his phone. Him having sex with another girl. Up a fake account as some other girl. Went into sexual talk. I walked into the store, literally he was calling her.
How do you feel about what Amanda had to say?
I did cheat on her, I mean, and then I told her that I did, and I haven't since. It's the only time I have.
So why did you cheat with the same woman multiple times?
Because I got tired of being called a bitch, frankly. She hated me. And I was a bitch.
But you wouldn't spend any time with me, and I just lost my family.
That just pushed me away further.
So you cheated in the past, are you cheating now?
Hell no.
Yeah. I don't mind the conviction. Hell no, if you feel it.
No.
All right. When was the last time you cheated?
At least 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
And it was only with that one person.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
And that was
4
the last time.
times.
4 times.
Yeah.
4 times.
And then lied to my face about it when he come home. Because I first asked him, and he's like, "No, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about." Then I had to pull the I talked to her, and she told me something happened, and that I need to come talk to you.
Do you still have contact with that woman?
No.
Okay.
I have no idea how to contact her.
I don't know about that either.
I have no clue. I don't know where she's at. Don't care.
Did y'all meet at work?
I worked for a farm that was family with.
He met her because of me. She was my friend, and that's how he even knew her to begin with.
Yeah. Is it frustrating you that Amanda accuses you so much of cheating?
It pisses me off.
Okay.
I think he should have thought about that before he cheated on me.
She's probably right. Honestly, but I think she needs to quit accusing me.
And I would if I thought I could trust you.
If you're accused of it so many times, eventually you may go do it again.
Oh,
you know?
my goodness.
Not really, but.
Are you threatening me?
Hell no.
I hope not.
So
Yeah.
obviously the trust is broken, and when you make comments like that, it only leads her to believe that there could be more cheating. You do see that, right?
I guess I do, yeah, now.
Yeah.
I didn't really, but yeah, I guess.
And the really sad thing is, I love you. I love you a lot. I don't look at other guys. I don't look at them. I don't care what they have to offer, say, do, anything. I love you.
Well, I love you, and I just don't like.
I've never cheated on you, and I won't.
How committed to your relationship are you?
Very.
And what have you done to show that?
I'm still here.
Well, that's her commitment, because she's still here. You cheated.
Well, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. My producers told me that you stopped drinking for her
Yeah,
Yes,
Nice.
he did.
years ago.
years ago.
Yes.
And why was that important for you to do?
I like to drink.
Because he put his hands on me when he did one time, and I told him I would leave him.
Got it. So at least in that moment, you were wise enough to know, like, I don't want to lose this woman. I love her. Now.
Yeah,
wanna
I went to
stay.
jail and all that for it.
I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Amanda, what do you think we'll find on Derek's phone?
Some porn, and I don't know really what else.
Yeah. Do you think we'll find other women?
I doubt it, because I think he has another phone. Honestly.
So if you say you want me to unlock his phone, but then you say you think he has another phone,
I do.
it then becomes a cycle. Because
I
now
know.
you can't, you're saying that you want this so that you can either move on or move out.
Right.
But if I unlock his phone and you find out something or you don't find out something, you're like, you've now already put it in your head, he has another phone. So how does that work?
Well,
Because unfortunately, that becomes a never-ending battle for him.
Right.
Derek, what do you think about this?
I think it's all crazy. Honestly.
My best friend of 30
Yeah,
years.
I mean, I gave her reason to distrust me, but damn, I mean, you guys start trusting me sometime again, or try to. I mean,
My best
or else
friend
it'll
of
never
30
work.
years.
Did you hear what your husband said?
This is what it is.
Or your man said? He
Yes.
said,
Wants
yes,
to-
I broke the trust, but you got to start to trust me again one day.
Well, I mean, you need to show me that I can.
I do. I ain't been cheating on you. I
Time
have no
does
desire
that.
to.
You and time will do that.
Well, we've had 2 years for you to start thinking different
2
again.
years. I thought you were lying the whole time.
You still do.
All right, well, Derek, is there anything that you want to confess that could be in this phone before I unlock it?
Nope, there ain't nothing there.
Nothing at all.
No. Open that thing up. Let's see what's there.
Okay. You have any feelings about this? Are you ready for me to unlock this phone?
I'm ready.
Okay. We're just minutes away from unlocking this man's phone. 2 porn accounts that you have been logging into. And this relationship is about to hang in the balance. I get it. You don't want to have any more loss in your life. So why did you cheat with the same woman multiple times?
Because I got tired of being called a frankly. She hated me.
So are you cheating now?
Hell no.
Not at all?
No.
When was the last time you cheated?
At least 2 years ago. If you're accused of it so many times, eventually you may go do it again.
Oh
you know?
my goodness. Are you threatening me?
Hell no. Open that thing up. Let's see what's there.
Okay. Do you have any feelings about this? Are you ready for me to unlock this phone?
I'm ready.
So we unlocked your phone, Derek, and we looked for apps, text, phone messages, and photos. When it came to apps, we found 2 porn accounts that you have been logging into.
Chatting or?
I don't see any chatting on there. They're just logged in. That's all we could find.
Okay.
Uh-huh. When it came to text messages, we found 0 text messages that were suspicious.
Thank you.
When it came to phone calls, we found 0 phone calls. And when it came to photos, we found 0 photos.
Yeah, that's what I found too when I got his phone. That's what made me think that there was another one.
There ain't no other phone.
Got it.
Because I thought he's got to be communicating with this woman somehow.
Well, the thing that's really suspicious for me, and I had a long conversation with the person who unlocks our phone, the investigator, all texts, calls, apps, everything have been deleted up until the day you arrived here. The only people who were in your phone were me and my producers.
Why did you delete them?
Because it ain't nobody's business about my work and everything else.
Your work? That's what you told me you were doing.
I told you there was nothing on there, and that's what I meant. There was nothing there for them to find to
So
start with.
you don't leave that for us to see? That there's nothing?
Well, they pulled it all back up, didn't they?
Did they?
I don't know, did you?
Why? Let's not deflect. We want to know why would you delete it? She wants to know. Because that's a very suspicious behavior to do right before you know you're coming to this show, to delete everything up until the day that you have arrived. It's not even that you said, let me delete some things for work, let me delete everything. You swiped your phone up until here so that only thing that we would see is messages from my producers.
Because there wasn't nothing to find. I didn't think it was anybody's business.
So if there's nothing to find, why would you swipe everything up until the day you arrived?
Because I don't really know how to go in and singly erase anything.
I believe that.
You believe what?
I believe that.
I'm not very smart with a phone.
That he didn't know how to go in and, erase each thing that he wanted to erase. I do believe that. I don't want him to look like he's such a villain, such a bad guy, because he's really not.
But see, that's conflicting messaging again. Because that conflicting messaging is keeping you in a relationship where you feel torn.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're saying no, but for some reason you're holding on because of the time.
I lost it.
So you're holding on because you're afraid to lose someone else after have everyone else being lost. I hear that. I understand. I get it. I get it. You don't want to have any more loss in your life. So you're conflicted. I got to tell you, I'm sorry for that because I understand that type of pain. I understand what it is to be mourning people you loved and the security you had from them while also trying to hold on to something that you feel could possibly mimic what you had before. But the thing is that instead of losing him, you're losing yourself right now.
Thank you.
I've been lost for a while.
I see it. I see it. I see it. I see it. You need to do a little bit of grief counseling, and you need to do a little bit of counseling just to figure out where you're at as a woman. So what I would like to do is offer you therapy so that you can go handle that stuff on your own, and you can be clear about who you are as a woman and what you need.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because as much as I want to tie this up in a bow for you two, you're always going to be in this conflict.
Yeah.
And it's an internal conflict that you have. And so, yeah, you're not going to get the respect you deserve because she's still trying to grapple with, does she respect you? Does she love you? Does she support you? Is she okay with losing you? Is she okay with being with you? She has to figure all that out.
Figure that out.
Yeah.
I get it.
But then while she's figuring that out, you also have to figure out.
Figure some out too.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You know it. You know it. You know it. Good. Well, listen, I'm going to give you some counseling so that you can figure that out, all right?
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. I wish you both the best of luck, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, take care. All right, everyone, thank you so much for being with us. Come back next time, friends, so we can keep talking and growing. I love you all.